The show's purpose is to teach, learn from, opinions about music. Its state. I'm gonna be playing some new music, some new releases. Oh, I got an update on SoundCloud. We are 17 minutes in, so I know at about minute 15 I can start the actual video, because the first 14 was a bunch of mumbling and rambling. All right, this Hood Rawlz. Welcome to the show. It's gonna be a long one today. I got my list. I am right now as we speak on my other computers. I'm rendering a show. What I did last show, I chopped it up into segments, and I'm preparing them for uploads throughout the week. So what's gonna happen is I'm front loading content to YouTube and other social medias, because I plan on hitting the road and doing some gigs. So I don't want to be, slacking, because, on the road you get tired, and next thing you know, it's been a week before you put some content out and you're not consistent. So I want to be consistent in what I'm doing this. So to help with the consistency, because I'm doing it by myself, is to focus on my time of creating it, and create a lot of it up front. That way I can schedule releases even when I'm doing other things. So this is what it is. I'm about to get into it. My dog just left me. He like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I think he only loved me for my food anyway, so you know how that is and everything. That one time I went through a pandemic and what it did to my career. That's the title of the segment. Man, what the pandemic do to your career? Like I said, we're gonna make some music today, but I'm gonna get this first question out the way before I, then I'll play a song. No, let's set the mood. Let's play a song first, and then we'll get into, what the pandemic did to my career as a whole. As as a rapper, as a screenwriter, as all the other things that I do. But I'm gonna play an oldie but goodie. Let me see. I'm gonna play something from a catalog here. So enjoy, and then we'll play some new stuff, new releases. No, let me. I just released one. It just got approved. So let me go ahead and play that one. This is by Mr. Woosaa. This is a R&B popish song called A Moment, which can be purchased right now exclusively on Bandcamp, and coming to a streaming platform near you in a couple weeks. A Moment by Mr. Woosaa.
A flickering moment, it felt like a lifetime. I don't know how this could be. My heart is frozen. Time passes quickly, but love is eternity. Don't wanna let go. This moment is fleeting, like waves in the sea. I wanna know why hearts keep on beating, but the clock is still fleeting now. I want to fly to the world beyond the sky. I want to go to a place where I can be alone. I want to fly to the world beyond the sky. I want to go to a place where I can be alone.
I've tried all the ways to feel alive, but except for you, everything's now empty. If you ask me for the sing, I'll die. You're the one for me, but like me is plenty.
One day, you'll wrap your arms around me. One day, we'll be together and free. A flickering moment, it felt like a lifetime. I don't know how this could be. My heart is frozen. Time passes quickly, but love is eternity. Don't wanna let go. This moment is fleeting, like waves in the sea. I wanna know why hearts keep on beating, but the clock is still fleeting now.
You make me do things that I wanna do. Cause without you, I don't feel no mood.
One day, you'll wrap your arms around me. One day, we'll be together and free.
I've tried all the ways to feel alive, but except for you, everything's now empty. If you ask me for to sing, I'll die. You're the one for me, but like me is plenty.
A flickering moment, it felt like a lifetime. I don't know how this could be. My heart is frozen. Time passes quickly, but love is eternity. Don't wanna let go. This moment is fleeting, like waves in the sea. I wanna know why hearts keep on beating, but the clock is still fleeting now.
Before it's all over.
A flickering moment, it felt like a lifetime. I don't know how this could be. My heart is frozen. Time passes quickly, but love is eternity. Don't wanna let go. This moment is fleeting, like waves in the sea. I wanna know why hearts keep on beating, but the clock is still fleeting now. I want to fly to the world beyond the sky. I want to go to a place where I can be alone. I want to fly to the world beyond the sky. I want to go to a place where I can be alone. To a place where I can be alone.
A Moment by Mr. Woosaa. That was up. That's the new song just hit Bandcamp, the exclusive, only on Bandcamp. The link is in the comment section right now. That's the new pop song out by Mr. Woosaa. Good morning. I'm still trying to get my bearings about me from the last COVID bout I had. I had COVID. I caught COVID again for the second time in 2 years. This past February 14th, I did a gig in a small town in Michigan and came back with the cooties. And that shit almost took me out again. It was a bad one. You know, it started messing with other body parts. The first one did too, but this one really, it knocked my hearing out of whack. Went deaf for like a month, 2 months. You know, like I couldn't hear high frequencies, low frequency. Yeah, it was nuts. And I'm almost at 100%. I'm at about 90%. This one go in and out. I'm gonna go do another neti pot today, and you know I got medicine. I ain't took the medicine today yet, but I've been taking it, and so things have been clearing up. And I think part of it is the barometric pressure outside as well. When it get, you know, wintertime, I get a lot liquid in my ears. I used to have tubes in my ear when I was a kid. I had swimmer's ear. My ears used to bleed. My shit was fucked up, man. I was just a little fucked up kid. I had all kind of issues. But yeah, so it's clearing up. So I couldn't, you know, I wanted to do some vocal stuff, some other vocal stuff on that song I just played, but I couldn't hear. And so I couldn't even mix a lot of songs. Luckily, I put in the work and had already did it, because around the time I got COVID is when I was releasing the Odom album, Volume 1. And so luckily, you know, and that's another thing I say about getting things done and not procrastinating, is because had I procrastinated, who's to say my album wouldn't be just now coming out when it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out in February, but it's another story. It came out in March 28th. You know, if I would have procrastinated before I went and did that gig on the 14th and caught COVID, my album probably wouldn't be coming out until now or the next couple of weeks because of my hearing not being available. So I'm glad I put in that work. Sometimes staying motivated or getting motivated to do something that you know you need to do, man. Sometimes it's especially if you don't have the support that you would like. I ain't gonna say I don't have any support, but the support that I would like, it makes it harder for me to stay motivated, man, to stay, because you question yourself and, why am I doing this? Do I really love this? Is it really something that I want to keep doing? Is it really something viable? I'm 50 years old, man. Ain't no relearning something, doing something. I've been doing this more than half my life. Entertainment business as a whole, more than half my life. What else am I gonna do? This is it. This is it for me. So, if you analyze my life, you be like, damn, shit keep happening, and that's just life. That's why when people become grateful for the big opportunity that hits them in this business, there's a lot of people that are super grateful for it because they know everything lined up. Everything happened to line up. You were prepared, the opportunity came, boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? Everything lined up, just like everything can line up, everything can fall out of alignment. And more times than not, everything is out of alignment. And so that's why it seems like you can't win for losing. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way life is. But you can kind of see when things are about to line up. That's when I think, most people quit. And as the old saying, you 3 feet from goal. And a lot of people don't know how close they were to their goal because they quit. And it happens all the time. I done thought about many times of quitting. I'm still here. This business ain't for the lighthearted, man. It's not just music. As an actor, if you a producer, any part of this business, man, is you're gonna have highs and you're gonna have lows, Jack. And you're gonna have more lows than highs. Believe that. And you gotta take the good with the bad. So, that one time I went through a pandemic and what it did to my career. What the pandemic did to my career was definitely do a monkey wrench and a lot of shit. And I'm still recovering, regrouping. Even in the, somebody, like how they coined it, in the heart of a pandemic, when how do you put it? When life was shitting on us or some shit, how you put it. I dared to try to open up something called Greenwood District Studios to try and give an outlet to creatives and other folks in the community and do something great for the community. And that only happened because of the pandemic. When it first started, I caught COVID and damn near died. Yeah, we had already canceled the second premiere of the movie that we had finished. And then we were going to do a second one here in Michigan. And then that's when the whole country shut down. I'm a touring comedian, touring professional comic. I'm a filmmaker who just finished a film, getting ready for its release to the world, and about to do another movie. And then the pandemic hit. Bow! What that did for my career. The pandemic hit. They shut everything down. And then that December, I was still working gig. I did a comedy gig. I know where I caught it. I caught it at a gig in Fort Wayne. and I know who gave it to me, and I wonder to this date if he all right, if he made it through it, because I know exactly when I got it, who gave it to me, the headliner of that show, because I was supposed to interview him after the show. I can't remember. I was doing a documentary called Why Comedy Clubs Fail, and so I wanted to talk to this headliner, who's traveled the country doing different clubs. So I wanted to get his point of view on why he thought comedy clubs fail. And he was with it before the show. And then after the show, he came to me. He was like, yo, man, I'm not feeling good. Blah, blah. It just came over me about this, that, and the third. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Sorry, I hope you feel better, all that. And then the next day, man, look here. COVID sat me the fuck down. But that's before everybody knew it was COVID. We thought it was just a severe case, ultra severe case of pneumonia. But even when I had it, I was like, I done had pneumonia before. I'm like, this is nothing, this is something else. And then you find out a couple months later that it's the COVID shit that's going around, and shit was crazy. So after that, I think I already had leftover effects from having COVID, right? And what do they call it? Long COVID. So before that, my eldest child died. She'd have been 30 this year. Oh, she was more than that. 31. Yeah. She'd have been 31 this year. And then COVID hit. Then movie cancellations, because we obviously, the answer to the question of the documentary we was doing, why do comedy clubs fail, a pandemic. That movie was over just like that. The second premiere and the release of the movie, they shut that shit, they shuttered that. And then George Floyd happened, and then a couple other things in the country happened, and then the country's in turmoil. That's when social media was very useful in rallying the troops to try to salvage our country by coming together. All these groups were formed, and everybody, marching and had this energy of real change. That was the first time I really felt like, and it wasn't when Obama came into office. I knew when he got into office, he wasn't gonna do shit. I felt like real change was gonna happen when the people, after George Floyd happened, I thought it was gonna happen because all these young people was in the streets, and it was consistent, state to state, the defiance and people, and they was changing shit, and so I wanted to be a part of that. I was like, I can get down with this. And then I tried marching and then got sprayed in the face and was like, no, I can't get down with this. I'm too militant for this. I can't get sprayed in the face too many times and not want to fight. You know what I'm saying? No, fuck that. So, I was like, man, how can I lend my skill set and my talents to this movement to help it move? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do? Because I was thinking about moving back out west, when shit was going down. And I was like, what can I do here in my town where I reside to help make this change that we always asking for and talking about? And what's funny is the idea for Greenwood District Studios came about because I asked myself this question again that was asked to me by this Jewish cat, a Jewish friend of mine, which we kind of fell out because he said something really, really insensitive. Like, there was no way to explain yourself out what he said, comic or not. There's no way of explaining what he said on social media. There was no caveat, no asterisk next to what he said. And he tried to explain that shit didn't make sense to me. So we hadn't been friends or talked since. This was like 3 years ago. Going on 3 years. Anyway, before we parted ways as friends, this is a white cat, Jewish, you know, we always bantered back and forth about our cultures and what we are all fighting for, and you know, pressing the envelope and testing each other's wits and keeping each other honest. That's what I liked about our relationship. So we was battling on social media one day on the boards, and he asked a question that stumped me, right? I was always talking about, you know, because I'm an advocate for getting reparations and, you know, blah, 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 blah. We need equality and that's all we want. We ain't got time for retribution. Black people ain't got time for that. We got shit to do. We got to be working in the morning, you know. And one day on the boards, he asked me this simple question, and it stumped me. It stumped me. And the question was this. He said, all right, let's say, you know, okay, I can see. Okay, you right, we did wrong and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. He was like, what do you want? He said, what do you want? I looked at, I had to read it again. What do you want? No one's ever asked me that question. We always debating, but in the conversation of the debate, it's never, no one never conceded to say that, okay, you win, what do you want? So we really never thought about just that. What do I want, right? So I even said to her, I was like, damn, man, can I get a minute? You stumped me. Like, you stumped me. Like, I don't know what to say, because I never thought about it. We never make it that far, you know what I'm saying, in the conversation, you know? So I was like, man, give me a minute, bro. And so we laughed and shit. But best believe I came back to him with an answer, right? And I wrote it out. I can't remember what it was. But I know that question came up again when I was trying to come up with something to do in my hometown to make some kind of change, affect some kind of change. That question came up again. What do we want? And the bottom line we want is economic security, economic development. And the reason why we can be done the way we are being done in society is because let's not cut, you know, let's not bullshit each other. Because as a culture, we ain't worth shit. I'm talking about monetarily. We know we worth something, but in society, monetarily, we ain't really worth shit. We was worth shit when we were slaves. Well, right now, we ain't worth shit. Quote, we ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? We have no economic value. That's why they can kill us. So if we have economic value, black, white, green, or yellow, you know, if your pension is coming from this group of people, you'll think twice about shooting their ass. So the bottom line is follow the money. It's always about money. It's always about money. Always about money and race. So if it's about money, how do we change that? We have to create some economic power within the communities. We have to own the communities that we live in, that they don't want to, that they over police and nobody wants to, you know, do anything for. We need to own those properties. We need to own those properties, and we need to cherish those properties and take care of those properties and bring up the property value. Because once you bring up the property value, it becomes monetarily valuable to the city that it resides in. Once you become monetarily valuable within the community you reside in, now you got their attention and their ear. Because you're worth something. You know what I'm saying? You're worth something. Owning property It's where it's at. And so thinking about that, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel. Let's just do what Motown did. I'm in the entertainment business, so I want whatever I'm going to embark on to be entertainment affiliated, so I can use what my knowledge to effectuate change. To, you know, I don't want to start something that I don't know shit about, can't be a part of. So show business. How can I? Okay, yeah. You know, all these celebrities talking this good game about doing X, Y, Z. You know, you build it, they will come. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, so the government started handing out checks, you know, unemployment checks. I was unemployed because of this pandemic. So I was allowed to file for unemployment, right? Under their special provisions. So a lot of people took that money and kicked it and, you know, had a good old time. I could have did the same thing, you know. I got a few dollars. I could have did the same thing, you know, thought about using it to move. I could have did that. Oh man, I thought about that shit, but I was like, you know, when you run from a problem, it always follows you, you know. And we got a societal problem. I know I'm going past the 15 minute that I was talking about. I was going to try to keep these things at, but this is a big subject in regards to what the pandemic did to my career. So, you know, it can't be surmised in 15 minutes. Maybe I could edit it down to 15 minutes. But to talk about it and dive into it, some of the stuff isn't new right now. Thinking about it, you know. I wanted to reinvent the way Motown did what they did. You know, I want to try to reinvent the wheel. They did it. They bought the block. You know, that's what Master P kept saying. That's what Killer Mike is saying. Buy the block. Tyler Perry saying, build your own table. Man, you know, everybody online and is pointing out people who are racist and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, all the energy is there. I could do this. Let's do it. So I took my unemployment and I asked for other people's unemployment to donate, you know, to this cause, this thing. So I took my unemployment, cleaned up my credit, first and foremost. We did have some party favors to ourselves, a little bit, you know. We enjoyed a couple dollars to do a couple things or whatever, but for the most part, it went to paying off a lot of bills so that my credit score can go up, and then we invested it in this venture we call Greenwood District Studios, and that's another story. The Greenwood story, I had to title it that. Well, I could title this next one after this music break. You know, that one time I founded Greenwood District Studios. It wasn't on the list, but why not after speaking on it and introducing it through this pandemic or whatever. But I'm not done with the pandemic story, so we'll tell that one in a bit. I'm going to play another song right now, though, because my mouth dry. I need to get some refreshments. Because I'm a little parched. So I'm going to play an oldie but goodie. Let's see. It's one of my old favorites. I made this beat. I'm singing in the background. It's called Man Before the Money, featuring Tree. Holla. You nasty, dog.
I'm burping on these niggas, dog.
You can't read my mind, cause I don't do right all the time. We do it cause it need to be done. I ain't gon' hold my tongue, no.
I am legend, niggas calling me Will Smith. The boy spit blessings, you can call it a real gift. I'm young Bin Laden, we blowing that bomb shit. I'm a convicted felon, I make music for convicts. Honest, in all black like I was Amish. I promise, on any track I snap like piranhas. I keep that heavy metal that I bang like Nirvana. With my middle finger up at your honor, I'm like fucking my honor, won't let shit slide. And my pride tried, won't fit in my pocket. I got a plug and he called me the socket. I keep fire like the end of a rocket. Whatever you niggas want, I got it or I can't get. We keep that X-Man like Gambit. I'm acting like a nigga never had shit. I'm acting like the shit and got these niggas pissed. Cause we making hits and these niggas miss.
You can't read my mind, cause I don't do right all the time. We do it cause it need to be done. I ain't gon' hold my tongue, no. When you ask, I got something to say, like players from back in the days. Hustling hard, trying to get that pay off these words I say, yeah.
When niggas get bread, they want a copper rolls. I want a push button Chevy, call it stop and go. Paint job so clean, you can call it mop and glow. Same color as ice cream, call it Rocky Road. I got niggas around my hood that pump rocks and blows. X and O's, me, I'm copping bowls. The cops watching for show cause they at my shows. When I say cops, I'm talking about them rats and roaches. With this rap I'm focused, my trap's explosive. They say I'm acting bogus cause I won't notice the fake and phonies. They ain't my homies, you couldn't spit it like this if they clone me. I'm every OG's little homie. Niggas know me cause everybody smoke trees. But don't nobody wanna smoke trees. Cause my flow is potent as a coca leaf.
You can't read my mind, cause I don't do right all the time. We do it cause it need to be done. I ain't gon' hold my tongue, no. When you ask, I got something to say, like players from back in the days. Hustling hard, trying to get that pay off these words I say, yeah.
I'm a fugitive, Tommy Lee Jones after me. I smoke birthday in July, cancer's after me. Call me your majesty, I'm on some king shit. Niggas acting pretty pussy cause they on some queen shit. Got an addictive flow, they on some fiend shit. Cash rules everything around me on some cream shit. I got them screaming, they feeling the kid, they like me. I want them to love me like they love Big. I hollered at my cousin in the D, tell me I'm crazy. Say, ain't nobody made it out of here since Shady. I'm like, fuck you, pay me. I'm on deck, I'm a man before the money, I demand respect. So if they never cut the check, I'm a man before the money, I demand respect. Even if they never cut the check, I'm a man before the money, I demand respect.
You can't read my mind, cause I don't do right all the time. We do it cause it need to be done. I ain't gon' hold my tongue, no. When you ask, I got something to say, like players from back in the days. Hustling hard, trying to get that pay off these words I say, yeah. You can't read my mind, cause I don't do right all the time. We do it cause it need to be done. I ain't gon' hold my tongue, no. When you ask, I got something to say, like players from back in the days. Hustling hard, trying to get that pay off these words I say, yeah.
Alright, that was Man Before the Money.